Welcome back. We're going to go ahead and move into looking for a magazine article. In this case, the magazine article needs to be at least 5 pages in length or approximately 2,500 words. The author's citation, page, or pictures do not count in the total. You will upload this as well. So we're going to go back to your library class guide and back to the articles page. From here, we're going to go ahead and go into ProQuest Central just because I wanted you to see another database. Now, if you decide that you want to try to search for the magazine article and Academic Search Complete, that's fine. If you want to do your searches for all of them in ProQuest, that's fine too. I just want to take an opportunity to give you a couple of different options for your searches for your articles. So ProQuest Central, it functions in a very similar way as Academic Search Complete does. It is an article database. It has thousands of articles in it, tens of thousands of articles in it. And so you're just going to be searching for your topic to see what you can find. Now, in this resource, what I do is I'll put in our terms. I'm going to do digital divide. Let's say social justice. Again, so digital divide and social justice. I will also be limiting to full text here, but I'm not going to use any other limiters on this page, and I'll show you why on the next page. They're pretty well laid out for you on the results page, so you can just do that there. So let's go ahead and search. So one thing that this database does is it will give you some additional information or terms to select at the top of the page. So if you wanted to focus on economic disparities or educational access, you could click on this and it would add that term to your search. As you can see, we received 115,000 results. However, we haven't applied our limiters yet. So first of all, we need to limit to magazines because that's what we're doing our search for here. So when you look under source type, in this case, I'm not seeing magazine listed, but if there is a more option, and when I select that, I do see magazines on this list. So I'm going to include magazines and click apply. That will weed out everything else. And now we went from 115,000 articles to 2,376. So quite a decrease when you start using those filters. We also have results here from 1915 to 2026. So I would like to shrink that date range a little bit. So if I slide this over, in this case, I'll go with this last column. That's going to be 2020 to present. I'll go ahead and update that. All right, so now we're down to 582 articles. You will also notice that as you apply those filters and get the result set to the type of resource that you need, these terms will also continue to refresh. So you can add those terms again, maybe after you've put in limiters, so that you're getting the best results. So that's it in terms of what I'm going to do for filters over on the left-hand side of the page. Now I'm going to start taking a look at my results. So sometimes you will see a single number for a page number. Sometimes you will not see any page numbers. Sometimes you will get something like this, 20 to 30 pages, or let's see, just dates and dates. So, or in this case, here's 243 to 252. Now remember, your article needs to be 2,500 words or 5 pages in length. So again, we have to go in and make sure that the articles they look like what we want. So I'm going to go back to that 20 to 30 page article and go ahead and click on the title. You will see the title, the author. Most of the time with magazines, there's only going to be one author. This is commentary. So it's not like a journalist who wrote an article. It's somebody who's writing almost like an opinion piece. You'll see your abstract again. So that's your preview for the article to give you an idea of what it's about. If you read that and it doesn't look like if it's of interest to you, then you can move on to something else. As you look through, you can scroll through the article to get an idea of the length. So one of the things about magazines, especially if you have looked at a magazine physically, had one in your hand and looked through it, you know there's a lot of pictures, a lot of ads, advertisements, and a lot of pictures. As a result, it's difficult to get an article that is 2,500 words or 5 pages worth of content. So in this case, this article is 7,101 words. So it would definitely be long enough. It might even be longer than you want it to be. So you would have to make that judgment, but it's also very difficult sometimes to find them long enough. So, you might want to download this one and hold on to it while you maybe look for a couple more. If you do like the article, you can go over here to Cite. And in this case, it does default to the MLA edition. So you can copy that, paste it onto your works cited working document. Again, there's a video addressing how to do your works cited page. And then you also want to download the PDF so that you have that available for yourself. Because again, you're probably going to need to upload that. If you decide, oh no, I think this article's a little too long for me, let's go up here and we'll take a look at a couple more. So let me click on this one. If you scroll through, you can see that's only 236 words. So this can be one of the frustrating parts about finding a magazine article is just finding one that is long enough. And so you might have to look through a few before you find something that you feel like is really going to work well for you. We can click on this one and you'll see here, as I scroll through, 598 words. So again, could be frustrating. I want to show you how Academic Search Complete can be used to search for a magazine or through a full search, but I do want to show you how to set it up. So again, if we did digital divide and I put in social justice. Okay, so there it is. Here you can say full text. Do not click on peer reviewed. Magazines are not peer reviewed. So you do not want to do that. Otherwise you won't get, or you might get just a couple results. You'll get very few. Past 5 years, again. And then down here, you're going to go through number of pages. And in this case, we're going to say greater than. Honestly, it's probably best to say greater than 8. Even though you only need one that's 5 pages long or 2,500 words, because they often have so many pictures in them, 8 is a good starting point. Otherwise, you're going to end up getting a whole bunch of those really short ones, and you're going to get frustrated because they're not long enough. So after you do your search, this is a critical piece of this. Under source type, you need to limit to magazines. So in this case, there was only one magazine that came up. What I might do in this case is actually take off my social justice term and just search for digital divide. And now I have 4 that came up. This one's 15 pages long, 11 pages, real educational equity. That might be a good one for me. You can click on the PDF and take a look through the article to see if you feel like you've got enough context there. Again, 5 pages or 2,500 words. This one looks like we're going to have enough pages. So if you have difficulty locating a magazine article, please reach out to me. It is common to kind of get stuck on this one, so let me know if you need any help.